So with my first image of my head on, it shows he leads an expensive life. The second image, he shows that he likes to travel a lot. Third one, he likes to keep healthy by running. The fourth one, he goes to the gym regularly. Fifth one, he's a football fan. The sixth one, he's lonely, he has no friends, and he believes he's different.
So is your main character a young teenage boy?
Yeah.
I'm guessing?
Yeah. In the seventh image, he has similar characteristics of Bart Simpson, so you can imagine Bart Simpson. So
He causes a lot of trouble.
Yeah. The eighth image, his temper is short once he's angry, so he almost erupts when he's angry, like a volcano. And then, the ninth image, he's living a life that he shouldn't be. He's doing everything wrong, but he believes it's right. So the shadows that are in the image, they emphasize that he's not in his own shoes, but he's in someone else's shadow. And then lastly, the last image, it shows that he's selfish and he takes candy from a baby. Right, so my story of my character. So my story is Antonio is on his way to school. Antonio is the main character.
And how old is he?
Antonio, I'll get to that with the character.
Okay.
Yeah, so Antonio's on his way to school. It's a normal school day on a Wednesday, which means Champions League football. However, he's been feeling quite angry with some of the people at his schools because they took his snapback. So he sees the people who took his snapback, he goes up to them, offers his snapback back. He doesn't get it back.
Snapback's like...
As in like, so a snapback's like a hat.
Typical costume.
Yeah, a typical hat that a teenager you would have, yeah.
That's where facial realism will come in.
Yeah. So the people who took it, they're in his school, but they're a year older than him. So they clearly don't know who Antonio is because of his reputation. He once put a kid in the back of the boot for treading on his foot.
That's a great thing.
Yeah. As Antonio walks into school furious, he has his first lesson, then second, and he completes it. It's break time now, and he's looking for the people who took his hat. As a whole school day passes, he cannot find them. However, on his way back, he sees them walking on a deserted road. Antonio gets off the bus, and as his short temper shows, he begins to taunt at the two boys who took his snapback. One boy tries to punch Antonio, but he misses, so Antonio comes straight in with a takedown, and the other boy, on the other hand, begins to run away. The boy who has just been taken down cannot get up, so as Antonio tries to find his snapback in his bag, it's not there. So he decides to leave the boy on the floor there. Antonio decides to go home then, and once he encounters one of the boy's friends who ran away, Antonio knows what's happened. The boy who has run has told his friend, and as a result, there's likely to be a conflict on the bus they're on. Antonio cannot be bothered for any of this to happen, as there's football on in approximately 20 minutes, so he rushes home. 10 minutes before his match starting, he gets a knock on the door. It's the boy who ran away from the fight. He gives his snapback back to him. He runs away saying, "I don't want any trouble." Bear in mind, he's older than him, but Antonio's reputation won him. Antonio sits down with his feet up and watches the football. He remains calm. So Antonio himself, he's a teenager who's 18. His characteristics are as follows. Black hair, fair skin, he dresses like a roadman. And roadman a dress code is jogging bottoms, hoodies, and fleeces, for example. He's grown up in quite a high-class traditional family, so everything he does he must be careful because he can be breaking the family beliefs and disrespecting the culture. His peers oversee his behaviour as he's seen to be quite a quiet person who has a temper which can scare many people. This is why he has no friends, but he only has his family. So money to him is very important. He can buy the newest clothes all the time. So as a result, he seems very selfish and as a show-off. People he's always with are middle class, so this means he's going to be seen as very selfish. The only thing that can prevent him is watching football, as he finds this as his antidote. He loves to visit the Emirates Stadium as he's an Arsenal fan. He doesn't do drugs, as a usual teenager would be suspected to be doing. Instead, he likes to keep healthy by running and eating healthy. Furthermore, he goes to his local gym. As he's from a rich family, people around him cannot act his value. This is the main reason why he seemed to be different and also very selfish. Head on, Ashley.
So my one, so from the first image that I've got, we've got yin and yang, and that shows the positive and negatives that a character goes through during his adventure. Also, the second one I have is a setting, which is a coastal area, which is sort of like a getaway for the character, or a sense of having a bit of freedom. The third one is two-faced, so it shows that the type of people that the protagonist may encounter on his adventure. The fourth one is how he can get in trouble with the law, so there's police and he's always going against the wrong sort of things. The fifth one shows moments for people that he meets on his sort of little adventure that he has, and that all have a different type of background. The sixth one shows how the protagonist may get tricked on his journey, as he is vulnerable. The next one is how the protagonist is lost in his thoughts and is different from what others think of him. The eighth one is a setting showing how the protagonist likes to be alone in secluded surrounding areas. And the flares indicate the protagonist being resilient and his need to be found. Lastly, the 10th image is after the journey the protagonist goes through, he wishes the decisions that he made could change. So the storyline for my head-on is that he is suffering from financial issues which make him have a turn for the worse, where he becomes involved in the wrong group of people. Along his way to become free of his financial crisis, he meets people on the way who take advantage of him. He realises that certain decisions that he has made have been wrong and regrets the actions that he's made, and the people that he's been with don't actually know what he's capable of and don't understand like how clever he actually is. So the character I've got is a 19-year-old male who's dropped out of university in his second year due to gambling and owing people money. He's intelligent but can be gullible at times, and he secludes himself from others as it allows him to have peace of mind and think about his next move.
Okay, so the first picture in my head on is sort of like an expressive freedom. So my main character, the girl, and the gesture the girl is making in the picture implies that she's free, suggesting that my main character experienced a lot of issues and drama that she needs to escape from. The second picture is just unique type of hair, which suggests my main character will stand out. The picture symbolises this because grey hair is not something you see like on a daily basis. It's different. It's something quite unique, and suggesting my character is going to be different, and you might be able to see this throughout her hair or clothes or something. Our third picture is sort of symbolising like an outsider. The picture portrays the individual as lonely because it shows them like reflecting and looking at like everything as an outsider, which suggests that my character might not feel as involved and sort of marginalised from everyone else. The fourth one is sort of showing like an adventure. So this shows that the protagonist is going to be adventurous as she allows herself to sort of make a journey through this like spontaneous pathway, whatever it might be. It shows the pathway leads to like another side, suggesting that she might start like living like a new lifestyle, which will like, be reflected through the storyline. The character herself, she's very artistic, so the image here suggests that the main protagonist is really creative and like her main hobby is to paint. So this could be like a way of like escaping from everything else and like sort of expressing her feelings and emotions. The next image sort of shows alcohol, and it shows that she keeps and treasures her bottles. She uses alcohol as an escape from her problems, and to her it's like a big deal because she relies on alcohol a lot. The next one it sort of comes across like a dream, and the protagonist has like a dream to travel. She'd like to experience different things. So the sunset sort of shows the peacefulness the character feels when she's taken out of her regular routine because she's obviously not enjoying her day-to-day life. The last image is basically showing sort of like her being locked or like this sort of like cage. The picture could come across like as a point of view shot where it like enables us to see the character as like being caged, as if she's been trapped in like a particular lifestyle that she's sort of searching an escape from. So like we said, the main character is like an attractive teenager. She's 17 years old, but she's got really unique features and it allows her to stand out. So these features, like obviously, it could be like the hair, for example. She could have like different colours of bright hair and like sort of strange outfits that you wouldn't see on a day-to-day basis. She's got a very strong interest in art, and she's actually really intelligent herself. The storyline basically consists of the main protagonist who's suffering from like anxiety due to previous childhood experiences and difficulties, she prefers her own company, she doesn't have trust in many others, and she describes art as her only best friend. And that's, like I said, she uses art to express her feelings and emotions. So in school she wasn't like the most popular one, she was always excluded, it came across as weird, and like in the actual short film I'd like to like show her sort of getting bullied by what you would like consider the popular group. And this like obviously impacts her behaviour towards them and towards other people as well. So she had dreams of travelling and experiencing things which like normal people would do, because she doesn't feel that she's living kind of like a normal lifestyle. And then a family problem had occurred at home, so that added like more pressure to her. She couldn't take it no longer, so she chose to leave her home and go for like a spontaneous walk, which links to the picture before. And as she walked, she began to experience really like unusual things. So that's what that did.
So what are we kind of thinking then for our short plot?
I feel like our headlines do link slightly.
Yeah,
It
which
was-
is having together.
We can maybe like try combining all of them.
What sort of themes were we trying to go for in the short film?
I like the fact that that in your one he's suffering from financial issues. And I think all of us is based on like a teenager.
Yeah.
I liked your like costume ideas and stuff, because obviously that shows
Typical
social realism.
teenagers.
Yeah, typical